Thank you very much, Laska Hirlock. First of all, I'd like to really thank and congratulate my colleagues in Fianna Fáil, namely Senator Niall Blaney and Senator Eamon McGahon, for bringing forward this motion. And both Senator McGahon and Senator Blaney have been very strong advocates of this on the Good Friday Agreement Committee, of which I sit on, and also in this House. I also want to warmly welcome the families here today, Oliver, who I've met before, and to say you're very welcome in this House tonight, and thank you for being here. I suppose to just start off on it, I'm 32 years of age. I'm from Dundalk. I grew up in the 90s. I grew up with the concept of what the Northern Irish Troubles were. So many of the disappeared who have been recovered were buried in my county, were buried in the soil of my county. I often think, if it wasn't for a storm in Shelling Hill in 2002, would Michael McConville be here tonight not knowing where his mother was buried if it wasn't for coastal erosion? There's so many things like that really come into play about this. When we look at the disappeared who have turned up in County Louth, Jerry Evans, recovered from Carrick Robin in County Louth. Jean McConville, as I mentioned, Shelling Hill Beach in County Louth. Eamon Malloy, his body was discovered in a coffin in Fahard Graveyard. Eugene Simmons, discovered in a bog in Knockbridge. Captain Robert Nyrock, almost undoubtedly buried in Ravensdale Forest. Undoubtedly, still in County Louth. People came for these people to take human life, to take human dignity in one of the most cruelest fashions possible. All of these people, innocent people, young people, with their lives all ahead of them. And their lives were extinguished and taken away from them by the IRA for nothing more, on wrong information, on falsehoods, on lies, on rumour. And to date, there are still families who have not been able to give Christian burials, who have not been able to take their loved ones home, to look after them, to bury them, to give them a proper funeral. And it's utterly grotesque and heartbreaking that 50, 40, 30, 20 years on, these families still do not get the basic justice that we all will have the privilege and the pleasure of taking loved ones that pass from our lives to their resting place. We will all have that privilege, but these families still, so many of them are still waiting for that privilege. And when we get up and we talk about wanting information, when we talk about wanting to find out what happened, when we talk about people having to come forward, it's the IRA who took these people to their graves. It's the IRA who stole away these family members, and it's the IRA who put these people in the soil, in the cold, grey soil of my county in Louth, of Senator Gallagher's county in Monaghan, and elsewhere along the border region. And if it is a case that people who are still in high levels of Sinn Féin, who know who was involved with these murders, if it's a case that either the people involved have subsequently died, or the people involved, because of the passage of time, can't exactly remember themselves, well, at least say that. At least genuinely come out. If you're going to be serious about this, if you're going to be serious about wanting information, if you're going to be serious about actually bringing a resolution to these families, come out and genuinely say, these people were involved, this person has died, this person has Alzheimer's, dementia, this person doesn't know, and we genuinely, hand on our hearts, cannot help you locate this individual here. At least that would bring some sort of closure. At least that would be better than just the silence that has come down and says, well, we would like information to come forward. I'm only in this House 2 years and I'm listening to it. I don't know how the families have listened to it for 50 years, 40 years, 30 years. I have no idea. The same mealy-mouthed that if you have information, come forward. There's one political party, Laska Hirlock, in this country that knows where these people are buried, or that knows the people who know where these people are buried. And they're the ones that need to have a look at themselves and figure out what they want to do.